solution, the ultimate war. Dr. Zero is back for more. Twice the mayhem, triple the force, 10 times the action, total hardcore. From the gutter to the top, Dr. Zero will never stop. Violence, anger, and anarchy, a megaton load of toxic debris. Money, power, all you can eat, the manifestation of ultimate greed. From the gutter to the top, Dr. Zero will never stop. Violence, anger, and anarchy, a megaton load of toxic debris. Money, power, all you can eat, the manifestation of ultimate greed. From the gutter to the top, Dr. Zero will never stop. Violence, anger, and anarchy, a megaton load of toxic debris. Money, power, all you can eat, the manifestation of ultimate greed. From the gutter to the top, Dr. Zero will never stop. Violence, anger, and anarchy, a megaton load of toxic debris. Money, power, all you can eat, the manifestation of ultimate greed. From the gutter to the top, Dr. Zero will never stop. Violence, anger, and anarchy, a megaton load of toxic debris. Money, power, all you can eat, the manifestation of ultimate greed. From the gutter to the top, Dr. Zero will never stop. Violence, anger, and anarchy, a megaton load of toxic debris. Money, power, all you can eat, the manifestation of ultimate greed. From the gutter to the top, Dr. Zero will never stop. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello and welcome once again to the Dr. Zeero Xiron Free Magic Secrets Show, where today I have a glorious announcement to make. My new book is finally available on Amazon for purchase in both the United States and the UK with full distribution. And all you got to do is go on Amazon and look up Apex Unhinged by Zeero Xiron. Z with 2 E's, Xiron. So again, Apex Unhinged by Zeero Xiron. And I waited for a while to make the announcement of the title. So this is the first you're finally hearing of it. So, not to regurgitate a ton of stuff that I've already seen on my show, but since this is the triumphant video in which my product is finally available to the public, I need to talk at some length about it and just pretend you didn't listen to some of the other videos. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, what have you. Let's get a roll on. Sell it, Doc. Sell it. Okay, all right. So the question is, why you listening out there should take the time and invest the time into reading the rantings of this ranting lunatic right here. What are you going to gain from this? What am I giving you that you haven't seen before, etc., etc.? Now, what's different here is that this is like a memoir that is also equal parts commentary on magic and witchcraft and the occult, as it is a commentary on mental health and struggles of such. It's also a commentary on the COVID era, and it really speaks honestly to the experience of someone who was homeless through the entire thing and remained homeless, was homeless before and homeless after for a very long stretch. So it's a commentary on homelessness in America, and it's also a commentary on many other things, and it's also part grimoire, because it includes the quote-unquote landmark work by Zeero Xiron known as Propaganda in Motion, which is the most useful handbook of magic technique not fully explored or talked about enough among the magic community. So that all those things stated. Now, what makes this different, again, it's like the writing style. The thing is, like, at one end, I'm presenting the whole man. I'm being as honest as possible. And we're talking about all aspects of a person. So you see their inner dream world, their philosophical sort of way. You see them, sexually, mentally, how they are physically, their artistic prowess. I want to, what Hunter Thompson did with gonzo journalism, plunging into his story, I try to take a little bit of that knick-knack and I combine it with more of a Henry Miller sort of approach, because Henry Miller called it presenting the whole man. And that was always very important to me. So, but at the same time, understand that I have to be restricted for it to work a little bit, because this is the book of sort of like, it's basically the story of a person who is trying to get away from their painful life by delving into magic and the occult and getting lost in the magical persona and evolving, and is obsessed with alchemy, mental alchemy, spiritual alchemy, philosophical alchemy, all these things, spiritual alchemy, if I did not say that already. So all these like different layers are going on, right? And part of the tale, and it isn't even necessarily, it can be cautionary, because I feel like in my existence, the magical persona, what have you, and that's been a good thing. It's a positive thing. Other people would think you've lost your mind. The outside world that doesn't understand this logic and lingo that we're throwing around here in this community of people. So it's sort of like there's multiple layers. It's like, number one, I'm trying to show you the whole man, but at the same time, it's done through like flashes, vague flashes of all kinds of things. Because, like I said, it's this story of someone who's trying to escape a painful sequence of events or things that happened. And I'm constantly showing, as the author, I'm constantly showing the audience what these things are, and then quickly sweeping them under the rug. And then on top of that, it's like the magical persona sweeping me under the rug at the same time as well. So there's multiple layers, right? So another curious thing about it, even though I am presenting the whole man and being as honest as I can about so many things, you're not really seeing too much description about my personal life. Like, I talk about the actions that occur, my reasoning behind them, things that are going on, this and this and this and this. All the characters in the book, I keep them just kind of vague and two-dimensional. Most of the time, I don't give them physical attributes. I want the reader to project whatever they want to see on the people. Sometimes when you present blank slates, sometimes it works the best. And furthermore, I doubt anybody out there would really want to get dragged into this book. So, I have, as my normal self, who at the time is a hidden figure, I released a number of books as my other self, right? And I'm not ready to unveil all those just yet. So I kind of like wrote the story of my life already, okay? So this one is the story of the magical path and the magical trajectory and the magical persona and the magical vision. And this, like, I touch upon those subjects in former writings, but it isn't like the main focus. It's something that's sort of like between the lines or is commented on without like going too deep into my explanations, because when you write a book, there's a central point or many central points, and you want to stay on target. You don't want to veer too much off the way. So this is the book where I get to go full blast magic, witchcraft dialogue, paganism, ceremonial magic, ritual magic, tarot talk, all this kind of stuff. Okay, so that's the thing. So what else you will get out of it is, if you don't know what the U tree is or why that is important, your brain is going to melt when you read this thing, when you are that deep into the witchy stuff, and then you discover the U and all its properties and what it represents, and how important it is to, put a living specimen on your altar. It'd be a good one. So, now it is also important to note that there are no page numbers in this book because it's the book of Zeero, and I want you to get lost in it. I want you to really struggle to find what you were reading before, because it's constantly lost in it. It came out to 172 pages. So, it's just, a little bit under 60,000 words. If you didn't know, usually most of the paperbacks that you get, at, the convenience store at airports or, Fred Meyer's or whatever, most of those are like 30,000 to 50,000. So you're getting a nice chunk of writing here. It's going to be 6x9 paperback. So talking about some other things here, I wanted to mention that, to, let everybody's, nerves calm or what have you. Most of the books that I've seen that were like memoirs involving, witchcraft stuff, a lot of them were like very boring or, really cheesy. And, I'm staying far, this book is anything but boring. Okay. I absolutely assure you. And I think that, when you write a book, you really want to get someone in that first page. Because if you get them in that first page, they're going to go to the second one. If you get them on the second one, they're going to read the third. If they read the third, there's a good chance they're going to read the rest of the book. So you got to keep that acceleration going. And I think that this book's going to get you. I think it's going to hook you. Again, if you didn't know, I have free advanced PDF copies. I don't care about making money on this. What I would like, just email me, ZeeroXiron @gmx.com, Zeero Xiron @gmx.com. Just hit me up, send me like a website or a blog or like something that I know that you're a real person and not a hater or a troll, because we want to keep quality control on this bad boy as much as possible. Because truth is, I feel like, if it was a comic book, in a lot of ways it is, I would put mature readers on it, or write, sophisticated suspense, as they would put on Swamp Thing, because it's like this. If I was 15 years old again, I would get my hands on this, right? But it's a certain type of person who's really going to gel with it, because it's a very outrageous, scandalous, controversial, confrontational sort of work. And I know they're going to criticize me and say, "Oh, you're an edgelord, Dr. Zeero. Look how edgy you are." Well, you know what? I'm from the 90s, and being edgy was important. You know what I mean? These are just my opinions. And like I said, Dr. Zeero is an anthropological curiosity harkening back to 1996. I'm from the era of black humor, and I am from the era of attitude. And, that's just the way it is, like it or don't. So also about the book, I also wanted to comment on COVID, because the thing is, ever since the experience of COVID, everybody had a rotten experience. Nobody had a good time. And we're still licking the wounds of that era. And a lot of us are still deeply in shock. You still see it. There's people who just live permanently and ever since then in mask world, wearing masks all the time. And then there's people who just got the shot and said it is what it is, And, there's the inside was never more inside, and the outside was never more outside. And it was never more post-apocalyptic to be homeless during that, since I can't even imagine what it would be like, the lawlessness of it, because there were like really no cops around, because they were all scared of getting sick and they didn't want to interact with people unless they absolutely had to, just like everyone else. So there still hasn't been a movie or a TV show that really addressed this experience, because I think people just aren't maybe ready for it, or they don't want to push it that hard. Eventually there's going to be like a really good movie or TV series about, what had happened. And, this is the first book that really I know of that really like explains what it was really like. So, you know, maybe someone else has beat me to the punch. I can't be the only guy. But as far as the experience of having to be homeless during COVID and everything you had to go and all the pitfalls of it and all the different little shortcuts you had to make and all the preparations and the whole security of self against other people who could be infectious, you know, and not caring and not wearing masks and not being courteous and just the whole nightmare situation. So it's like that. And I also, now, I talk about, you know, mental health, and I talk about the time when I needed emergency mental health treatment. And that's kind of like the core of the book, is that when you read this book, like wherever you think it's heading, it's going to head somewhere else. It's going to constantly surprise you, because that's what life is. You know what I mean? Like it's things are happening and you make your path through it, but there's so much going around you that, you know, outside factors determine a lot of things. So yeah, doobity doo wop wop. Well, anyway, while I have your attention here, and I did a series of videos called Whirling Witch Dance, and I have at the moment 14 of them. I'll probably make some more, and the whole idea is witchy big band music that would make you want to grab your partner and start dancing around in the middle of the night. That's why I've been dumping these out in the middle of the night a lot of times, so that those up at like 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning at the witching hour, they, you know what I mean? It's there. They're there. It's a good thing. So I do recommend checking out those. I would be much appreciated, as well as all the Radio Zeero episodes, because if you didn't know, I run my own radio show on this channel as well, and there's playlists for both of these things if you look them up. Whirling Witch Dance, a Y for the witch, WYTCHDANCE, one word. And also some other stuff I wanted to say about the book. If you didn't know, I'm going to be sending free promo copies to every single witchcraft store, witchcraft bookstore, occult bookstore, metaphysical shop, what have you, that I think it will get, because the whole idea is, you know, oh, these are promo copies, maybe you want to stock them. But the truth is, I just want to get it in the hands of the people who run the shop themselves, because that's the way the power is. You don't want to just contact a witchcraft store and be like, here's a PDF. It's like, it looks weak. The way that it has strength is by just getting it right to them. So anyone out there, if you work at a witchcraft store, you're probably going to end up getting a copy sent there. So look for it. Again, Apex Unhinged. Where do you get the title, Dr. Zeero? Well, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. But yeah, if I didn't mention it, this book is like the most upbeat downward spiral you'll ever read. And it all leads to the place where emergency psychological help was needed. And from that standpoint, it's going to be an extremely interesting read, because it's going to be about, you know, you get dragged into the inner world of someone who went totally schizoid, and all the things that they experienced and were thinking, all the delulu, everything. And I also want to mention, like, I'm very well aware that, you know, this book is going to alienate the shit out of people. Like, you know, it's one of those things, like everything I ever did in life was always like, let's push the boundaries as far as we can. And let's commit, you know, career suicide. Over and over. You build one audience for one project, the next project you do completely just destroys it. And over and over and over and over, until a very interesting assortment of people are left standing around applauding the show. And this is the ultimate, I think, in that. And it's really one of these things where, like, I know that if I hooked up with someone and was romantic with them and had a romantic lady friend or whatever, eventually they would read it and be like, you're psycho. Like, I know that it's going to kill my romantic life. I know that it will do these things, but guess what? I don't care. Because why? What's more important, an instant of my purity or a lifetime of your lies? That's a good quote. You know that one, right? Because it's true. So this is my instant of purity that I'm bringing upon the world. And once again, it's Apex Unhinged by Zeero Xiron. And on Tuesday, May 20th, it is going to go live and be for sale on Amazon.com and AmazonCo.uk, I think it's called. So unless I think of something more brilliant, this is it. So as always, thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button. Hail Arkham. And here's your hot rockin' outro for the evening. Later.
Discreet warhead, sleeping below. The wind that passes is heard no more. Trust only movement, talking split tongue. Don't be concerned with what's right and what's wrong. Lord is gracious to the chosen generation, royal priesthood of a holy nation. Zealous forces here in youth and bloom, but reason's finger is pointing at the tomb. Sex on the flag, give me respect or give me death. Sex on the flag, responsibility. Sex on the flag, you gotta have some fantasy. Sex on the flag, crack down and cry for me. Captive caption, indestructible cage. Silence with fire, trembling with rage. Sacrifice beauty, finish your hand. I don't wanna be stuck without a spirit for the future. To the chosen generation, royal priesthood of a holy nation. Zealous forces here in youth and bloom, but reason's finger is pointing at the tomb. Sex on the flag, give me respect or give me death. Sex on the flag, responsibility. Sex on the flag, you gotta have some fantasy. Sex on the flag, crack down and cry for me. Sex on the flag, give me respect or give me death. Sex on the flag, responsibility. Sex on the flag, you gotta have some fantasy. Sex on the flag, crack down and cry for me. Sex on the flag, crack down and cry for me. 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 Give me respect or give me death.